Hi, my name is Jess Howe, and this is the Because He Loves Me podcast. This is entry number one. I thought before I jumped in and got started with my everyday entries, I thought it would be fun to go back and do a few of my most recent experiences. This one happened about a week and a half ago, and my friend and I were sitting in a park talking about educational philosophies. This is pretty common occurrence in my life. I'm a homeschool mom, and I feel like a lot of people have different things to say about it, whether they homeschool or not. And I'm always happy to talk about it. So this friend told me about somebody that she knew who believed that we should focus on the kids' interests in education. The idea being that kids forget so much from what they learn in elementary school. We may as well focus on the things that are of interest to them so that the education is more meaningful and more memorable. And I agreed with her, but I had the caveat as well that I think there is value in learning to do things that are hard, that teaches character, that helps kids to have confidence and to learn the skills necessary to do hard things. Well, we walked home from that park date and it was raining. We had brought our bikes when it was sunny, and my kids complained the whole way home. When we got home, my husband, who travels a lot for work, was not present, and was gone that evening. So I made dinner, something that they normally always eat, and they wouldn't eat it. And then I tried to get them to clean up dinner, something that we normally always do. We all have a little job to do after dinner. Um, and no one would do it. And I was trying to be as patient and kind and loving as I could be, but it wasn't working out for me. So then the two younger boys got into the bath, and I was trying to help the oldest to get his jobs done. But he ran in and wanted to take a bath too. So there's three little boys in the bath. And I was like, well, at least I'll be able to finish cleaning up because the oldest is in there. Um, and hopefully it won't be too bad. Um, but that is the exact opposite of what happened. It was like a minute. Within a minute, they were all screaming bloody murder. And I ran upstairs, and lo and behold, it was probably the goriest brother fight I have ever seen among my children. There were claws bared, and blood was spilt. So I rushed to get all the kids out of the bath, um, and they were soaking wet and sobbing and bloody, and the perpetrator was um, feeling sorry for himself, but also very guilty. And so I was trying to comfort the one who was the one, there was more than one bleeding, but the one who was bleeding the most. And trying to help my son see that the son that had caused the bleeding, um, trying to help him to both apologize, but also not to believe that he's the worst person ever because that's not helpful. But as soon as I got all of them cleaned up, I walked past the bathroom again to let the water out of the tub, only to find that my toddler had left a very pungent surprise for me all over the bathroom. And I fell to my knees, literally. It was so bad. And my heart just cried out, God, this is so hard. This is so hard. And immediately my own words came back into my mind, saying, there is value in learning to do things that are hard. And I knew that day that Heavenly Father had sent me that friend to speak to me about that subject so that he could prepare me for a really rough night and to be able to give me that tender mercy to just get me through the rest of the night. I thought of this verse. It's, Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. And that's actually our family motto. And I quote it occasionally to my kids, but sometimes I think I forget it myself. I just think about how hard things are rather than turning to Jesus Christ. And Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30 say, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I'm so grateful for that experience. I want to remember him because I know he remembers me. The Lord said, "Draw near unto me, and I will draw near unto you. Seek me diligently, and ye shall find me." That was true for me today, and it is true for you as well. So until next time, happy seeking.